I was getting a flight from my nearest city in the UK to Tenerife. If you've ever been to Tenerife in July, it's hot as fuck. So considering we had a heat wave in my corner of the United Kingdom, the cheap tin can aeroplane was definitely not a good idea, when you were out drinking with your mate 2 nights before flying. I knew my stomach was going to fuck up because before lockdown, in 2019, I flew from Bristol to Riga in Latvia for a work-related trip and my stomach started to bubble mid-flight. My stomach is sensitive as fuck, so the gas inside me from nerves and also drinking Schweppes and gin to calm the nerves, was like a ticking time bomb. I couldn't let out my farts because I was sitting beside a work colleague and a stranger was in the third seat. I ended up shitting myself a bit mid-flight because I was the window seat and couldn't get up to go bathroom in time. My cheeks were fairly wet and my hole was burning through the flight. It felt so horrible standing up to get off the plane. Lucky I was wearing black trousers. I just tied my hoodie around my waist. When I got into the airport I used the toilet and just threw my shitty underwear in the sanitary towel bin. Embarrassing as fuck. My trousers had small diarrhea leaks but at least they were black. I had body spray in my bag so I just sprayed over the stink. So anyway, as you can see, I didn't want to repeat what happened in 2019. So I decided the best idea was to just wear a butt plug. I spent from mid-June to the second week in July, training my asshole a little for a small plug. Of course, the morning of the flight, I couldn't find the small plug I was training with. I got a cheap 3-pack set off Wish. So I grabbed the second in size and plonked it into my ass. I sat beside my alcoholic father on a flight and my narcissistic mother. My mother insisted that I sat by the window seat. I got hot and sweaty because of the previous experience. My mother wanted the aisle seat to stop my father from ordering too many drinks. I could feel the pain of the plug in my hole, and the bubbling from the dodgy kebab I had the Saturday night on the tiles. The heat on the flight was intense, and if you've ever been on a cheap as fuck airplane, you'd know that the sizes of the seats are shit, and the seat belts barely fit digging into your belly. My stomach was already swollen from the doggy kebab and the mid-flight gas expansion. I could feel the combination of pressure from wanting to do a fart and a poo, to the butt plug digging into my anal gland. My mother was being a bitch. She kept saying that I looked like shit and that I shouldn't have went out drinking before going on holidays. She was right, but the only reason why I went out because it was one of my mates leaving parties. She was moving to Australia for a year to work, so we were having one last night out with her before her travels. So good cause, just wrong timing lol. But anyway, yeah. I was being scolded for going out drinking, that pissed me off, and when I get upset I get weird fluttering in my belly and a lump in my throat. I literally could feel the shit trying to push past the plug but it wasn't budging. Thank fuck. When we landed in Tenerife, it was so hot. Worse than the plane with fuck all air conditioning. To make matters worse, we had to get a bus that was 1 hour to our accommodation. My asshole was like it had Satan's fingernail inside it. When we reached the accommodation it was up 44 steps. The second I got into the apartment, I went into the toilet. I pulled the plug. Holy shit. Literally. The shit came spraying out. It was all over my hands and sprayed across the toilet seat, and to the back of it. The toilet seat looked like Augustus Gloop jumped out of the chocolate river and onto the toilet. I literally spent 1 hour cleaning up the toilet. There was little left by the time I was finished. My mother was red-faced like a demon. I spent so long on the shitter. So yeah, I had no idea which was worse. Shitting myself in 2019 or using the butt plug to stop me from shitting myself. I guess it worked. But, yeah. I don't know why I decided to share this story, but in a weird way I felt it was time. Thoughtful face, maybe it will help other travelers.